authorize it, and then once you see the green light, it'll be on. Tap it. Did you accidentally turn it off?
You gotta turn it.
There you go.
Powers it up.
There you go.
and then-
Okay, thank you. All right, at 8:30, we'll call our meeting to order. First is the adoption of the agenda, and we do have an amendment to it, an action item to replace recycle center heating boiler system.
Move to approve as amended.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the adopted agenda, amended. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next is minutes from our August 26th work session and August 27th regular meeting.
Move we approve as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the August 26th work session and August 27th regular meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Audience? Austin, good to see you. Next, glad to see there was no incidents during this period. That's always good to see. With that, we'll move into reports. Tony, good morning.
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 You'll see that I do have an action item there for the fiscal year audit for September 30th, 2025 with Girding, Corte, and Chitwood. This is something we do every year. And the way it's worked the last few years is this engagement letter is for just a straight audit. And then when they come in November and they see that we've spent over the $750,000 for federal funding, they'll issue another engagement letter then for the single audit. So with that, if you guys have any questions, I'd make a recommendation, motion to authorize the board president to sign the letter of understanding for the September 30th, 2025 audit with Girding, Corte, and Chitwood.
I make a motion to authorize the board president to sign a letter of understanding for the September 30th, 2025 audit with Girding, Cordy, and Chitwood.
Have a motion and a second to authorize the board president to sign a letter of understanding for the September 30th, 2025 audit with Girding, Cordy, and Chitwood. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, gentlemen. Only thing I'll add there is we had a business utility customer here in town that realized that they weren't supposed to be charged sales tax, so they reached out to us, and so I'm just working on issuing them a refund. So other than that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Anything for Tony? Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Jared, good morning.
Morning. I do have an action item for you this morning. It's the memorandum you have there to replace the recycle center heating boiler. We opened those on September 4th, and we received 3 bids this time. And my recommendation would be a motion to accept the option 1 bid of a 489,000 BTU unit from Beer and Heating and Cooling Incorporated for $36,017. Is that budget? Yes. Budget on 20,000. The budget numbers I got were a little over a year ago, and the 2 companies I got that number from, neither one of them bid on it.
Well, everything's gone up. I mean, in the last 2 months, it jumped up. I had to procure some stuff before it happened, so.
You previously had bid it.
We had done it before, and we only received 1 bid that time.
You remember how much it was?
30, it was just under this, 35,000 and something.
Okay. Because right now, the boiler's been welded at it as a temporary fix. Yeah.
I think at this point, probably better do it.
They keep the heat on, yep.
Make a motion to accept the option one bid of 489,000 BTU unit from Beerman Heating and Cooling for a price of $36,017.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to accept the option one bid of a 489,000 BTU unit from Beerman Heating and Cooling Incorporated for $36,017. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Do we need to have people, heads, take a look at their budgets on this stuff that's been budgeted a year, 2 years ago, because it's going to be changed
Refresh the numbers, yeah.
to kind of bring everything more current?
And,
That makes sense?
I thought y'all kind of did that during the capital or the budget process.
We did. I think moving forward, we're adding a little bit more cushion in there, so, yeah, this was just kind of one of those things, you get a budget number, and then when the guys that give it to you don't bid, you kind of wonder what kind of number you got to begin with, so. Yeah, I think we've addressed that.
Well, everything's a moving target right now.
Yeah.
It's,
No, it is.
it's impossible to keep a price for a year. If they keep it for 30 days, you're doing good.
No, you're right.
And then failed probably right in the middle of the winter, what would be the inflation season?
Right, an extra 10 grand. That'd be the implication.
Yeah, it would, I mean, lead time on getting it, and so forth.
Yeah, they're saying 2 to 4 weeks now. I don't know, middle of winter, that might be double that, or, I don't know.
Can't take a risk leaving those guys out cold.
No, yeah.
Turbine Controls Consulting was on site last week for Unit 6. He spent 2 days here. We ran the unit the first day. He had all of his equipment hooked up, and about the 3rd hour in, the unit did act up, and it did trip just like it had before. He did see some things there. Second day he came in, did a little more testing, thought he had a pretty good idea. We took it out of auto, ran it in manual for 2 to 3 hours, and the unit ran perfectly. And as soon as we put it back in auto, the unit started acting up again. So it is in the auto portion of the voltage regulator, and he's putting together some numbers to put in the new voltage regulator. The good thing is we did find out there was no concern running it in manual, so the unit is back in the market, and we'll just run it in manual when it's cold enough for now until we get that fixed.
Did he give you kind of a lead time?
He said it may take 2 to 3 weeks for him to get everything put together, probably another month and a half to get all the components, and then our staff would install it, and he'd come down and set it up. That's all I got, unless you got any questions.
The book about Unit 6 is going to be 1,000 pages long.
Yeah.
I'm ready to move to a new book.
Give me any idea of cost?
Just his verbal, right off the top of his head, was around 15,000 for the components.
Anything else for Jared? Thank you. Grant, good morning.
Morning, John.
Morning.
I just have one update to what's not in the packet. The fall line straighting, we're still doing that. The new truck is down, and they're coming to get it today. There's more issues with the bed. It appears to be the same gearbox issue, the way it sounds. They requested we leave some product on the truck so we can take it and run it and see. But we are continuing to spread with the old triple bed.
Still, College Street, I think, end of this month, it'll be,
I think so. We got up to 2 trucks a day. We're pouring roughly 20 yards a day. Weather permitting, I think, in a month's realistic.
2 trucks a day, is that just all they're giving us?
That's about all we can get. And it works out pretty good to dig out. We can dig out enough in the afternoons for the morning and then do it again. Time you get all dug out and pinned and kind of the process there. So that timing works pretty well.
The flow line, the failure out there by KMMO, is that the main line for the water plant?
Yes.
So that's, is that 12-inch?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything more for Grant? Thank you, Grant. Moving on to Doug. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
The update I have is contract tree trimming with brush spring. Fort Boy was here. They started last week with 1 crew. They showed up this week with 3 crews, so they flew through pretty quick, so they are done with the spring. The Crescent property fence and rock that will be completed today. I think that looks pretty good. Other than that, I don't have anything else to add. Unless you have any questions for me. That's rock you bring in today because it looks like a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
It looks like
I'm gonna guess 15 loads of 2-inch and probably that many inch clean.
I just, go by there and look at the Crescent building, there's still like something taped on the door, the front door. Just if we go in there and kind of get that off of it.
I think that says use other door,
Use
to
other-
be honest with you.
And I don't know anything you can do to clean it up, but probably not. Just make it look like it's not quite so abandoned. Anything else for Doug? Thank you. Jim, good morning.
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 We did have a couple incidents since the last, the staff meeting that didn't make the packet. Customer came in about a week after we did their install and said their sewer wasn't working. We plowed through a sewer line that was about a foot deep. And then another day or two later, we had, customer came in and said their wells, the pump circuit wasn't working. So found another electric line that wasn't marked, that was about a foot deep. So they'll be in the next packet. But, so we have had a couple property damages in this.
Was that in the city limits or was it rural?
Both outside.
It was up rural.
Yeah.
Okay.
no, all unmarked.
Yeah, and that's private stuff, so that, utilities don't get marked and kind of rely on the customer to know where things are. Other than that, business as usual pretty much. Got most of the installs done in Napton and we're moving out to the Fort Line Pony. Any questions if you got them?
Last meeting, wasn't there something with the UPS that failed? Did that get straightened out?
We've replaced several UPSs. We had some at the airport cabinet that we replaced, and I think Sean's had to replace UPS. We've got so many UPSs that are constantly doing something, but the ones that are more sizable are supposed to, if the batteries fail, they're supposed to keep putting out power. I think we had one that quit, so we had to replace that entirely. Normally we just replace the batteries, but yeah, I think we're about where we normally are with UPSs. We need to get an easement from the property owner on both sides of that casing. We've got descriptions and whatever else pretty much ready, just waiting on final sign up on that and get that going. We'll probably be sending out bids or quotes or proposals as soon as we can, as soon as the budget's approved and all that. So probably in the next board pack we'll have some action items for getting the contractor to do some of that. Kind of depends on that easement too. I'd like to have it done by Christmas, but I'm not sure that's reasonable. And then we gotta coordinate with the county on if they're gonna put their sewer pipe in there at the same time.
Morning. Not much to add to what's in the packet. Continue to haul biosolids. Other than that, business as usual. Be happy to answer any questions if you got them.
You doing okay?
Oh yeah. Doing great.
Anything for Eric?
I'm not.
Thank you. Travis, good morning.
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 Update on the filter valve replacement project. Crew should be there today to finish up the last valve, and then that project should be completed. So, and like Grant mentioned, the new spreader truck, having issues with it again. They're supposed to pick it up today, so we'll see what happens with that.
Is it the drive system?
Yeah, it's the entire gearbox.
Yeah.
I think it's basically the same thing that happened the first time with it. And then another thing they were gonna do is move the def tank on it. The location that it's at, it's gonna be an issue whenever we try to go over terraces, things like that. It wants to rub. And before it gets damaged, just have them move it. So it's gonna move it up, I think, around a foot or so. They'll have to extend some lines, things like that. But before it becomes an issue, probably better get that taken care of. So, other than that, be happy to answer any other questions if you have any.
But what was wrong with your 206 truck?
Something with the emissions. They did have to order the part. The part is actually back ordered. They told us to come pick it up, and they'll call us and let us know whenever it's in. But they said it's not gonna hurt to drive it or anything like that. But so hopefully we'll figure out exactly what that is. But
Anything else for Travis? Thank you. Somebody doing Megan's?
Yeah, I've just got a couple things.
Okay.
The employee appreciation lunch has been scheduled for September 30th at 11:30 a.m. So please mark that on your calendars. We typically have that in October, but we moved it up this year to make sure we can get everybody included. And other than that, I think they're going to start interviews on the reorganization tomorrow and move through next week. So that's still in progress, and I think everything's moving along well there.
Is the luncheon gonna be here?
Yes.
Okay. September the 30th, 11:30.
Yep.
Thank you. Next, Jeff.
Yeah. Morning, gentlemen.
Thank you.
morning.
Have a couple action items this morning. The first is the Marshall Saline Development Corporation Agreement. This agreement automatically renews unless the board would like to do something different. My recommendation would be to take no action and continue to allow that agreement to move forward.
My only comment, Jeff, and yeah, I'm not opposed or not in favor of terminating it, but if we needed 30 days notice and it terminates at the end of September, today's September the 10th, so we wouldn't have that 30 days. So
Okay.
if we could get notified sooner,
A couple weeks earlier.
yeah. If we were to take some action.
Recommend no action.
I'm just not gonna answer. It's good with me.
No action.
All right.
All right.
The other item I have this morning, we've kind of been working on this last week and this week, and I think we've got the agreement ready. This would allow MSD, or not MSDC, let me drop down here one, MEC to begin work earlier on that natural gas line relocation. So this is an agreement that would allow them to, authorize them to do that on our behalf. It has been reviewed. I think Elizabeth's looked at it, made some additions that were good. So my recommendation would be to approve this agreement.
They change their acronyms. I will agree to this contract.
Okay. 'Cause, yeah, that MEC thing's a deal.
Yeah. So this just allows them to get moving quicker.
It does. They're,
We wouldn't have to bid it.
yeah, they've already got an agreement in place through LD&B, their first project engineer, to use them. And probably, my guess is they've already went through the negotiating bidding process that would speed that up. Yeah, they're just waiting on USDI to get the design complete and the price complete, and then, you know, once we have this in place and that's finalized, then they can start moving. And they'll be starting footing work and foundation work, next Monday. That, and then I think they're gonna start drilling the piers on the following week on the 22nd. So things are getting ready to start going, and this gas line is in the way of that one corner. They'd be the southwest corner of the turbine foundations. So they're gonna need to get this out of the way so the foundation people can finish.
Do we need a vote on it?
Yeah, I would like the board to vote and approve entering into this agreement.
I make a motion to approve the agreement between between Marshall Municipal Utilities and Missouri Electric Commission for relocation of the gas line.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the municipal gas line relocation and consent agreement between Marshall Municipal Utilities and Missouri Joint Municipal Electric Utility Commission, doing business as Missouri Electric Commission. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, gentlemen. Not too much else to add, but be happy to answer any questions if you gentlemen have any.
So really, nothing can progress over there until the gas line's relocated?
That portion of the project won't progress. They can start, you know, working on some other stuff, but, yeah, that needs to get done here pretty quick.
Couldn't they start putting some footings in on the,
Yeah, that's what they're gonna start doing.
okay,
Yeah, and I don't believe the old engineer they were working with pulled in the gas people quick enough. That's kind of put us where we're at. You know, hindsight being 2020, they should have started this process probably 6 months earlier, but that might be why they're not doing it anymore, so.
and just curious, I know they bought that one lot there, and they tore the house down. The one next to it with the garage on it, they didn't get that lot?
No, and it's in
Okay.
probate.
Okay,
Yep, Donnell called me
okay.
last week and was wanting to know if MEC had that lot too, and I let him know it was in, yeah, I believe that gentleman passed away about a year ago, and it's in
Okay.
probate, so,
Like grass kind of got
Yeah,
out of
it's-
hand, and then somebody came, I guess, city mowed it.
yeah.
Okay. Anything more for Jeff? Anything else, Jeff?
No, that's all I have.
Okay. Next is cash disbursements.
You did good staying just below that 2 million mark.
Actually did pretty good considering there's 1.1 of power on there, so.
Kind of the usual suspects.
Uh-huh. Get that out of there is pretty.
Our power bill wasn't too bad. We did have some, revenue from, pool on our units that we own, those are have a bigger benefit during like winter storm Uris and that type of thing. So we've got the pool kind of assets as the first, kind of, hedge against the market, and then when things get really bad, those local units come into play, so. Yeah, when member units perform, and it certainly helps. And the staff down there does a really good job keeping that stuff going.
Make a motion to pay cash disbursements.
Have a motion and a second to pay cash disbursements. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any other business?
Chuck, I don't know if you wanna have a person, executive for personnel, I can provide you guys an update.
Okay.
The board would like to do it.
Sure. Yeah.
I move we take a short recess and go into executive session for personnel reasons.
Second, Steve Mills, aye.
Ken Brown, aye.
Chuck Hines.